Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Creativity and Inspiration, and I'm Lisa. How's everyone doing? If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy you found us, and if you've been here for a while, thank you. You know, you have a special place in my heart. I hope everybody's doing well. It is Wednesday. I almost said it was Monday. It is kind of my Monday afternoon, and yesterday I had really bad migraine, so it's like I kind of got my days all mixed up almost. But anyway, today is a really good day. It's Wednesday, and today is our more art focused video. Though everything I show you here can be used in junk journals if you want, can be used in a planner, can be used in mixed media, paintings, whatever. So it's really very versatile content. But before we get started, oh, and the reason so today's video, almost forgot to tell you, is shadow and light. And we're revisiting the shadow and light because the first time I filmed it from an angle like I'm here and the angle was over here. Really bad angle. Y'all were looking more at my storage than you were at the paper. So of course now I've started filming from overhead. Gives you guys a better vantage point. Before we get started though, now, I've talked about these paintbrushes ever since I got them in my little first advent calendar from Arteza. These two are the ones I got there, right? I've talked about these forever and how much I wanted the set for 12. I got it. I'm so excited. I am so excited. So I will be using these in some artwork that I'm going to be submitting to go to a gallery. So, you know what? Y'all look blurry. I don't know if you're blurry or if my eyeballs are just blurry. No, I think I'm good. I think it's just my eyeballs. So anyway, I'm super excited. I will, of course, link them down below. They're going to be used tonight. I have some artwork that I'm submitting for a possible gallery show. So excited. Oh, I want to show y'all two more. Okay, remember this was the still life platter I painted when I was comparing watercolor, oil, and acrylic paints, which I'll link above here. Well, I painted the tablecloth on it and submitted it for a watercolor, possible being in a gallery show for watercolor. I never submit watercolor, so I'm pretty pumped to find out. I also submitted this one, so I'm pretty pumped to find out if my watercolors are accepted into the show. It's in Georgia, so I will let everybody know when I do. But anyway, now it's time. Let's talk shadow and light, and we're going to be doing this in watercolors. It translates into acrylics, but how you mix them changes a little bit. So if you want to see one in acrylic paints, of course, that would be another video. This one only is watercolor. So let's just... Alright guys, here's the supplies we're using today. I have my least expensive watercolor palette here that, as you can tell, I use a lot. And then I have the one that's just a little bit more expensive, not a lot. It is a little bit more colors available. So I have both of these, and I've been using this one, as you can see as well. So those will be our palettes we're using today. I have my water. The brushes, I got these pink brushes because they're little and they'll be easy to do watercolor details with. I'll link these below. They were very inexpensive. I think they were like $5 or $7 for all of these, which isn't bad. If you don't like pink, they have other colors. And then these are some I've had for a while that I pulled just in case. The last thing we're using is, this is the watercolor paper I use. It's really good. I got 2 packs for, I don't remember, but it came with 2 packs. So, and I like it. And I love the the chameleon. And the size of the paper is a 9 by 12. So it's a pretty nice size paper. It is a bright white, which I like when I'm doing watercolor, especially when I'm going to do something like shadow and light. Okay. So let's talk about shadow first. Oh, let me just give you a little tip. If you have your paints and for some reason maybe you were mixing and there's some darker colors, you know, you kind of cross-contaminated. Remember with watercolor, like there's green and this brown, that's no big deal. All you do is take a paper towel or another piece of paper and you just come in and wipe the top off, and then you just wipe it off, really simple. And then for another color, and then to do the green out of the brown, just simply wet another section of your paper towel, come in, just wipe it off. And it's that easy. You don't lose a lot of paint. Cross-contaminating in oils and acrylics is way worse. Cross-contaminating watercolors is nothing. Nothing, not a big deal at all. Okay. So, when you're doing shadow and light, you have to think about a few things. It's not hard, but you have to think about a few things. Let's put our object down first, and I'm going to do the first one. So let's put an object, and I'm going to put a lemon because I love lemons. Lemons are my probably favorite thing on earth. I would have my kitchen lemon themed, okay? So I'm going to put my lemon here, and don't worry, I'm going to get it nice and dark so you guys can really see it. There's our lemon. And what we're going to paint shadow or light, one, you have to think about what angle is your light coming from. Like you can see my shadow, my hand shadow. So the light is coming from over my shoulder right here. Because if you notice, the shadow is in a different place when I put this hand out. It's coming from a different location. So when you're thinking about light in a painting, you have to think about the direction it's shining from. So I'm going to pretend like the light is up here in about inch in from this corner. Not exactly on the corner, but about an inch in. That's going to be our light source. And so it's going to be coming like that across our lemon. So first thing I do is I'm going to put the light in. And I'm just going to lighten up the yellow right here where it's hitting. So I'm just going to add in some white. And I'm adding it very subtly. Okay. Now, you might be like, well, that's not very noticeable. And it's not. Because when there's light up here, there's shadow building across my lemon. So on this bottom, not the very lined bottom of the lemon, but kind of up a bit, we're going to come in with a darker yellow and darken it up right in there. Okay, because not only is the light causing a bright spot on our lemon, but it's causing a dark spot too. So what you're doing is you're almost creating an ombre effect on your lemon. Okay. There we go. So this is where we've got so far. There's our light spot, that white spot up in the top. Here's our regular lemon. And then here's where the shadow is starting. It's not all the way at the bottom because there's the bottom. But there's the darker shadow on the lemon itself. Now, to do a shadow, don't use black. That's the biggest mistake, and that's how galleries and most people can tell a painter is a novice, is they will use black for their for their shadow. What you can do is you can use gray, it's neutral, but you really don't want to use gray. You want to use a complementary color. What is a complementary color? Well, it's a color that is across from your main color on the color wheel. And what's across from yellow on the color wheel? But purple. So I'm going to come in with just a little bit of purple and hit the very bottom of my lemon down here, just like that. Very lightly. And that's where my shadow is starting. Now I'm going to come in out from there because that's where my main shadow is. It's kind of like right underneath it, and that's going to be my darkest. And if you noticed, I'm not doing the shadow the whole length of the lemon because it's not. Shadows aren't the whole length, they're just a part. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to bring my shadow out, because as you get farther away from the lemon, your shadow is going to get lighter and smaller. And then if you find that your shadow on your lemon kind of washes away, don't hesitate to come in and put a little more on. You want the bottom of your lemon purple, but not dark purple. The dark purple is the shadow right under your lemon, like that. And then you've got just a little bit right here on the bottom quarter of your lemon, like that. Okay, that is how you build shadow and light with watercolor. You do your object, then you do the white for the light reflection, then you ombre your main color, which is yellow, down. Here is the darkest yellow, because that's where the shadow is starting on my lemon. Then this light purple right here is the shadow actually on the bottom of the lemon. The dark purple starts the shadow on the table, and then it comes out to the lighter. Now let's do another example, and we'll do it with some trees. So let me clean the yellow off my white. Okay, now I'm going to come in and make some trees. And I'm making 3 trees like a forest. And don't worry, you'll be able to see them in a minute. But there's our 4 trees. But don't worry, you'll see them. I'm going to come in with just a little brown and put some like brown in them. There's our trees. Now to paint, so you would start with your darkest blue right next to your tree. And this time the shadow, the sun is behind here. So you're getting a shadow right from the base of the tree, but it's gonna elongate away and not run the length of the tree like our lemon did. And now I'm just going into a lighter blue. The darkest shadow is at the base of the tree. The lightest shadow gets farther away, like that. Now you can use gray if you want to. Gray is a neutral color. So let me get another paintbrush. And I'm going to turn my watercolor palette around here. And I'm going to use gray to make a gray circle. And I'm going to do a light gray circle. And we're going to let it dry for a minute. And then to make the shadow, okay, our light's up here, again, where our light was on our lemon. But it's not going to show on our circle because it's already so light. But you can make the shadow build on the bottom half of our circle. Because maybe the light is stronger on this one. Okay. That shows you the light super bright up here. Because the shadow on our circle's very dark. And then again, the shadow on the table is very dark. See how? That means the light is strong, and then as it gets weaker. Now here on our lemon, you might be going, well, wait, the shadow on the lemon is not as strong as the shadow on the gray circle. That's because your light on our lemon is not as bright as the light on our circle. So the first thing you have to think about is the direction you want your light coming from. The second thing you have to consider, is it a dim light, a weak light, or is it a very powerful light? Because that's going to dictate how dark the shadow is on your object and how dark the shadow is on underneath your object. And again, when you're painting the shadow, you have to consider which direction is your light coming from. If it's coming from behind your object, like our trees, it's going to be in front. And it's going to be from the length of the tree out. But our shadow for our dot and our lemon is coming from off on the side. So it's not the whole length of our lemon. It's a very narrowed corridor, where on our circle it's coming from more on top, so you're getting more shadow. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed everything about shadow and light. If you did, please be sure and give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't yet, don't forget, hit that subscribe button with that little bell. On Friday, we are talking about the multitude of things you can do with magazine images, both big and small. So come back on Friday for that. You don't want to miss out. And yeah, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. I have a lot of cool things coming very soon. They're in the works, and I can't wait to get to tell you about them. But I can't do it quite yet, but I promise it's coming. I'll see you soon, guys. I'll see you on Friday. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye-bye.